In a cramped building in the suburb of Putos, 3 men worked late into the night, surrounded by sheets of metal, gears, and boiling water. Their names were Count Albert de Dion, Georges Boughton, and Charles Armand Trepperdu. De Dion was the money, an aristocrat with a fascination for mechanical toys. Boughton was the craftsman, a young, brilliant engineer. And Trepperdu, the elder, was the theorist, a man obsessed with steam power. Together, they were building something no one had ever seen, a steam-powered carriage capable of running on ordinary roads. By 1888, the team had already built a few experimental tricycles and carriages, but that year marked the creation of their masterpiece, La Marquise. Named after de Dion's mother, the vehicle looked like an elegant Victorian carriage without horses, its body crafted of polished wood and brass. But underneath was a marvel of engineering. A twin-cylinder, front-mounted steam engine. 2 water tanks and a coal-fired boiler. Rear-wheel drive with chain transmission. And a top speed of 38 miles per hour, 61 kilometers per hour, blistering for its day. It took half an hour to build up steam, but once it ran, it moved with a grace and power that astonished onlookers. In 1888, La Marquise rumbled down the road from Paris to the nearby town of Trappes, making it one of the first true long-distance automobile journeys in history. While de Dion, Boughton and Trepperdu refined their mechanical masterpiece, another French inventor was preparing his own revolution in steam, Léon Serpollet. Serpollet had been experimenting for years with a new kind of boiler, one that didn't rely on large water tanks and pressure vessels. In 1888, he introduced his breakthrough, the flash steam boiler. Instead of boiling a large reservoir of water, Serpollet's design used coiled tubes that instantly converted small amounts of water into high-pressure steam as it passed through the heated metal. This meant faster startup, less weight, and greater efficiency. No more waiting half an hour to fire up, a flash boiler could be ready in minutes. In the words of a Parisian journalist of the time, Serpollet's engine breathes steam like a living creature, quick, hot, and furious. It was a technological leap that threatened to outclass every other steam carriage, even those of de Dion and Trepperdu. Back in Putos, the de Dion Boughton Trepperdu team heard of Serpollet's flash boiler. Trepperdu dismissed it at first, he trusted the stability of his traditional multi-tube system. Steam, in his mind, was a noble, steady force. The flash method, by contrast, was unpredictable, dangerous, undisciplined. But Count de Dion saw something else, a glimpse of the future. He admired Serpollet's ingenuity, even as he stayed loyal to his own team. The tension between tradition and innovation defined 1888. On one side were the builders of elegant, coal-fed machines like La Marquise, marvels of craftsmanship. On the other were Serpollet's agile, efficient, experimental designs, the first steps toward what would later power steam automobiles for decades. In the autumn of 1888, La Marquise roared through the French countryside, producing astonishment wherever it went. Farmers left their fields to watch it pass. Horses bolted at the sound of its hissing pistons. Newspapers hailed it as the carriage of the future. That same year, Léon demonstrated his flash boiler at an exhibition in Paris, where it ran continuously for hours with almost no supervision, proof of its reliability. For a brief moment, steam looked unstoppable. But the tide was already turning. Gasoline engines, still primitive and noisy, were improving quietly in the workshops of Carl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler. They didn't need half an hour of firing. They didn't need water or coal. They just started and ran. By the early 1890s, steam's reign would begin to fade. And when Trepperdu, the purist, realized that de Dion and Boughton were preparing to shift from steam to gasoline, he resigned, unable to betray his first love. Though their partnership fractured, the work of 1888 left a mark no gasoline engine could erase. La Marquise, the 1888 de Dion Boughton ET Trepperdu steam car, is still running today, the oldest operating automobile in the world. It famously completed the London to Brighton run over a century later. Leon Serpollet's flash boiler became the foundation of future steam cars, including the record-breaking Serpollet Peugeot of 1902, which hit over 75 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour. And Count de Dion went on to found one of the most successful early motor companies, de Dion Bouton, which by 1900 was the largest automobile manufacturer in the world. Steam may have lost the war, but it won the first battles of invention, elegance, and courage. Like and subscribe for more fascinating automotive tales.